Come join Paul and Mario at Diamond Hawk Golf Course Saturday, September 11th for the #Sports Not So Invitational. Come golf with these idiots in this 4-person scramble, which will feature golf with cart, dinner, hole-in-one contest, silent auction, and a live show with all proceeds benefiting Matthew 25 Farms. Registration could be found in the description of this video, and if you'd like to sponsor, email us at htagsports@gmail.com to help raise money for this great charity.
You?
Are you signing up for that? I'm not.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. You are watching Tailgate Talk. My name is Mike. I will be your host. I'm about to bring my partner in crime on. This is Tommy from the Mafia Sports Report. What's going on, bud?
What up, Mikey? Happy Friday, brother.
Right? I am having technical difficulties. So I will let you know up front. There's fires in my area bad in California, and my internet is choppy, so I tend to lag at times. So through this, no, it's nothing I can do about it. It's the company. They are aware of it. We'll try to get through the show.
Hey, but know that Mikey is still on doing this show for you guys.
Exactly. So two things that came up I saw right before the kickoff. One, did you see that there is a hurricane in New Orleans and they just canceled the preseason game?
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, dude, you know what New Orleans has been through, right? So I don't blame them for canceling that. I hope everybody, I hope it's not bad. I hope it just, for them, because, man, they've been through a lot in the past, man. I remember that. That's like, feels like yesterday when all that happened. So,
and I
wish them well.
Exactly. And I guess I just feel bad for those guys trying to make the roster, that last half of that 53 man, because this is the last preseason game and they're not going to reschedule it. And, if those guys were on the bubble, that's rough.
That's tough, man. That is rough. But other teams, that's sometimes other teams see what they did in week 1, week 2. Trust me, Buffalo, Brandon Beane, he's already looking at people getting cut. We already picked up some people, as you're aware of. So, they'll get their opportunities. But yeah, it does suck. It does. But your families and everything like that is way more important than football. So.
Okay, yeah. I get it. The other piece that I saw this week that I thought was hilarious, Thad Brown posted a video of, do you remember a couple weeks ago when Davis Webb was talking about how him and Josh raced to the first thing? Did you see that video that he posted? They were stretching. Davis Webb wasn't paying any attention. Josh, just like a little kid, turned and bolted to beat him. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, he is a giant child.
Oh, dude, he's still young. He's still, bro. He is a giant child. Dude plays like video games at night. Like I've been done. Like I can't play more than like half an hour, and I'm like, all right, enough of this. So yeah, he is definitely a big kid, and he's our big kid. So
right,
I love Josh.
Gotta love it. Man. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
You should have seen Davis Webb when you could see it in the video that he turned and was like, oh, he didn't, and he just tried to sprint as fast as he could, but he was already like 6 steps behind. Oh God! The more I watched it, the harder I laughed. But this week we have preseason game number 3 tomorrow. Pack Bills. So Mr. Rogers is coming to town. And speaking of Mr. Rogers, we are sponsored by them.
Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is...
Okay, that did not work. The video would not play.
Where's the video
train? Would not play.
What is going on?
I will.
The train and the puppets. Come on, man. Come on, Mikey. Maybe it just
went black.
Probably tying his shoes, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I will try it again later. So we'll go ahead and just jump right in here. And hey, it's technical difficulty night, so it is what it is. But we'll jump in. Packers Bills preseason game 3 preview. Sean McDermott came out and talked about the starters are going to be playing. So we will see Josh. Yes, starters are playing. They could be playing. They could be playing into the third quarter.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, and I'll tell you why. And I get a lot of people saying, "Well, they need their reps, man. You don't want to go in the season rusty." Okay, so if you want to debate me on that, I'll just say to you, listen, we had no preseason last year, and we played our best football we had played in the last 20-something years. Josh Allen was runner-up for MVP. Stephon Diggs led the league in receiving yards, receptions. Never played a single rep with Josh Allen. Well, they practice, but no preseason, no nothing. So I don't want to hear they are going to go in a season rusty, because I'm going to tell you this. God forbid if Josh Allen gets hurt, if Stephon Diggs get hurt, guess what's going to happen? Everyone's going to look at Sean McDermott and go, you idiot. Why would you do that? The game means nothing. I don't want to listen. I love Josh Allen. I can't wait to see him. It's 2 weeks away. He'll be fine. Trust me. He will be fine. Josh Allen gets enough reps in training camp. He gets enough of that. Like, believe me. Stephon Diggs too. I need to see more Ed Oliver. I need to see more Dawson Knox. Those are the guys I need to see. Levi Wallace. Like, some starters, fine. I don't need to see what Allen can do. I know what Allen can do. That's just my thinking. Because I'm telling you right now, if he gets hurt, that's it. I'm just saying. And we don't want that as Bills fans.
I don't disagree. We saw what happened when Harrison Phillips went down last week when he was, playing. We saw McKenzie get hurt in, practice.
Right.
I think they want to make sure they knock the rust off of Josh. So I really don't see him playing deep into this game. If he comes out and he's as sharp as he's been in practice all week, I'm guessing he gets a drive, maybe two, and then they're going to yank him. I doubt we see Diggs at all. Coming off the knee injury, I don't think we see him at all.
I don't think you'll see Diggs. I think you'll see a little bit more of Deion Dawkins. He'll get a little bit more playing time because, like I said, those are my points. Like, players like that they need the reps. Like Deion Dawkins. Okay, he definitely does. He missed a lot of training camp. He missed, due to COVID. He's bouncing back. We got to make sure he's ready for game one. No doubt about it. But Josh Allen, I don't need to see Josh Allen. I know Josh Allen could throw an 85-yard pass. I know he could throw, a dart down the middle. I know he can run. Don't need to see it against a preseason game against Green Bay, against some sloppy defender who hits him low, and then that's a wrap for Josh. Like, I'm not trying to, or his shoulder, anything bad can happen. It's just not worth it. I honestly, I know they're going to play him, but I just hope it's something, just, some center snaps, hand the ball off to Devin Singletary. That's it. Zach Moss. I don't even want to see Singletary. I'll be real with you. Let Moss get in there. Let Breida get in there. Like, some starters, I'm good with. I saw enough.
Let the new kid, Kearth something or other, get in there.
Kearth or whatever's the guy we signed. Yeah. Let Sims get in there. I mean, let's get these guys some reps, man. Like, honestly, like, let Rousseau play a little bit more. Let Boogie play a little bit more. Let AJ play a little bit more. Ed Oliver, he needs reps because let Star play a little. Those guys are fine. I don't need to see Micah Hyde. I don't need to see Jordan Poyer. Like, those guys, they're good to go, man. I believe they're fine. Like, they're not. There's no rust there. They will be ready to go week one, and so will Josh. Believe me, Josh is always ready to go. Doesn't matter when.
I like what Pierre Martinez says here, where he wants to see Edmonds. I would like to see those starters. We've seen what Groot and AJ and Boogie have done the last few weeks. I want them to throw in Jerry Hughes and Starr and Addison and those types to see the wave. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I know Aaron Rodgers isn't going to play from my understanding. He's supposed to sit, and it's going to be a lot of a Jordan Love game. But they're going to still start a lot of their offensive line. So let's see what these guys can do. Let's see if, like, we saw what our young cats can do. I want to see what it looks like with these old guys that are going to be in the wave with our young cats, with Milano and Edmonds behind them. Are they really going to be free to run like Smith and Matakevich have been the last few weeks? I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah, no doubt. It will be interesting too. Like that is a good point. Like, getting Hughes in there, getting Addison. I would like to kind of see how they plan on, like, using them. How many reps? Like, because that may kind of tell you how they're going to do in the season. With Jerry Hughes, how many reps he's going to get, because I think, bro, honestly, I think AJ is going to wind up starting. I think he's going to be beside Jerry Hughes. I just do. I think Addison is going to get fewer reps. I think Rousseau's going to get more than people think. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, they need to get in there. Those guys for sure need to get in there. I want to see how they rotate. That's the word I was looking at. I want to see how they rotate them in and out with all that, because they got a lot, bro. They got a lot, bro. Obata. I mean, I want to see more of him.
Mm-hmm. I like some of the comments that are coming in over the chat. They want to see the first team D line, see what they look like. Some people feel Addison's on the bubble, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the show when we start talking about, position battles and roster position. But it'll be the pass rush. What's it going to look like with Hughes and Addison? I'm interested. Addison came in a little heavy last year. He seems to have slimmed down some. He sees the writing on the wall. He needs to be able to, be an example for these young guys. If he wants to make this team, he better come out balling.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he admitted though that he got winded last season. He admitted that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I honestly, man. I mean, if anyone's going to get cut, I believe it would be Addison. I know we're not at that topic yet, but I would prefer them to keep both Hughes and Addison just to be there as a veteran. I just don't want it to be all young guys right away. AJ's not 100% ready, I don't think, to take that lead. And definitely not Rousseau or Boogie. So I would like them still to be there. And it's their last season. Like, honestly, what's the point of cutting Addison? He already took the pay cut. We're not going to save that much by cutting him. The only way I could see getting rid of Addison is through a trade for somebody that we need, a position player, but I wouldn't cut him, man. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I like Addison. He's great for the young guys. He will play a smaller role this year on the field, but a bigger role in mentoring the young guys in the locker room. And I like that. It's not like it was with Trent Murphy last year, where we had this giant, huge cap on him, and he did nothing for us.
Yeah,
Addison has a role here.
That was a disaster, by the way. But that's going to happen. No GM's perfect, but that was bad. I think all of Bill's Mafia were ready to cut Trent Murphy last year pretty early. So the fact that it didn't happen was surprising. It really was.
It was $8 million that we just left on. We left on the bench every game. We paid $8 million for him to play 4 games, and play well in one.
Yeah, it happened. He was a McDermott guy. I mean, you're gonna get that from time to time. A coach, that has a certain player that he loves, that the fans are like, why? I don't get it. But it is what it is. We moved on. He's gone. So.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
So moving on. So we talked about, we want to see the D line. Another one is punt kick return. I'll be interested in that piece from a special team standpoint. I want to see what Hawk is also. From a punter standpoint, he looked really, really good in Detroit. He looked suspect in
Chicago. You mean in Miami?
No, when we played Detroit.
The first game.
Detroit, the first game.
He was running. But that was an indoor game. That was the indoor game, by the way.
It was. That's what I'm saying. And then he went outdoor, and he had a pretty bad shank. However, he's still money holding it for
that's all I care.
And that's all I care about. We're not going to punt. That's all I care about.
Yeah. He's not a Bojo. He doesn't have a Bojo leg. That's for sure, right? He's not going to kick it no 60, 55, 60 yards. Not going to happen. I think it's 40, 45. That's pretty much. So if we're kicking in the 10-yard line, we're screwed, which I don't see happening, right? Very rare. So, I'm not worried about the punting. We're not going to be punting much. I guarantee. Listen, look at Bojo. I don't even think he had the minimum allowed kicks to even be worthy of getting the top average, right? So that shows you how much we didn't punt. We barely punted. So I don't care about that. Just hold the damn ball for Bass good, like you've been doing, and I'm good with that. Because that was Bojo's problem. He was just could not hold the ball properly, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you notice, since we've gotten Hawk, it's been, right down the middle.
Money, man. Money. Perfect. I remember watching Bass kick last season, even through like right in the beginning. I'm like, his kicks were like sailing all the time, man. Like nothing was like right down. It was always like, like, is it going in? And now it's just like, damn, every kick is like, yeah, it's good. Like I'm confident now. Like he goes there to kick, it's good. Like, So good.
Yes.
And listen, look at Saunders over at Miami. He was like the best kicker in the league, and he had Hawk holding the ball forever there. So that goes to tell you something, man.
Spin comes on here and says, as soon as we cross midfield, we're in his range.
Oh,
Talk about a weapon.
Yeah.
And
kickoffs too, by the way.
Right?
Booting that ball, like not even giving their guy a chance to return it. Like that's important.
Want him to. Not the only time he does is when he's requested to pop it up. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But no, man, I'm very pleased with the Bass, man. Awesome pickup by Brandon Bean, another great draft pick that was kind of under the radar, late rounder. Worked out great, man. He's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully they picked another one in Stevenson. I'm really interested Stevenson. Now that he's back, and after watching the big touchdown return last week, I'm really, really interested in watching to see what he can do this week. Knowing that McKenzie's hurt, and I don't know if McKenzie will be back by week 1. McDermott came out and said that it was day to day / week to week, so they're not really sure. Right. They may have to play roster Olympics and figure out and put him on an IR or not. But I want to see what Stevenson has. He's
now is he playing? Is he playing for sure? Did they say he's active?
He was practicing.
I didn't hear that.
He was practicing all week. On Monday he was doing conditioning, and then he was back in practice on Tuesday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did a video on Stevenson, man, when we drafted him. I thought he was like our steal of our draft. Like I thought where we got him in the 6th round, he had very good numbers in Houston. Like, he averaged like 15 point something a catch. He was lightning fast, bro. Like everything that we needed for a gadget guy, man, he is the guy, bro. And I just had a feeling, man. I'm like, why don't they put this guy in kick return and just have Isaiah do punt returns if you're trying to be safe? But then look, Isaiah muffed the kick, muffed the punt. So it's not like he's Mr. Reliable. Love Isaiah, and he made up for the next one. But I'm just saying it could easily change. So yeah, I'm excited to see more Marquez. And bro, like I said, man, speed kills, man. And that dude is fast, bro. I don't think you even seen how fast he can get. I still don't think what you saw in that punt return is as fast as you get, because remember, his ankle was hurting. Like I still don't think that was as fast as he could go. So yeah, bro, exciting. I can't wait to see more.
And then we signed Sims, who also has the punt kick return. So I'll be interested to see what he looks like.
Right.
Sims reminds me a lot of McKenzie and how McKenzie was when he first got with the Bills. When that first year where he's really raw. He might be a little better route runner than McKenzie was when he first got here, because McKenzie's gotten really good after spending time with Diggs and Beasley.
No doubt.
And Brown. Yeah. But Sims, could be lightning in the bottle as well. But I'm really interested to see what Stevenson has.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Sims had a decent rookie season, if I remember right. And then he kind of fell off a little bit.
He's got the muffs.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I think we just picked him up, honestly, for just for safety. See how we're gonna see how the McKenzie situation works out with his injury. You know what I mean? You gotta have that, man. Gotta have a backup for that. So we'll see.
Yeah. It'll be interesting because it could be one of those things that they picked them up because they need to have someone that can play in the game. Do you really want to see Powell returning kicks?
No, I'm done with Powell. I had enough of my Powell on what was it, week 1. I was like, get this guy off the field, man. Not that he did terrible, but man, he didn't do anything good either. Like, I'm like, I want to see the young guy. I want to see the guy you drafted. I want to see the speedster. And yeah, I thought he did. I thought he was a little nervous the first game against Detroit, and then man, he really showed out. I thought I thought actually he was nervous in the beginning. I felt like he was holding back on his kick returns, maybe a little bit shy. Like he just was like, you could just tell. And then he kind of got in the flow of the game in the fourth quarter. You see him shaking, bro. He was going really fast. He had that great catch. And then week 2, man, look, he balled out, man. So and unfortunately, he got hurt, But
yeah,
it is what it is, man. Thank God it wasn't. Thank God he didn't break his ankle. I mean, it could have been worse, man. We've actually, to be honest with you, right now, I know the list is long on their injury report, but not really. I mean, a lot of these guys are coming off it already. Some of them are COVID thing related. Like we've been pretty healthy team. So
I think the 2 major ones, Harrison, McKenzie, and then we never even got to see what Lamp had, and that kind of bothered me. I was kind of excited to see what he had. Now I'm a big Cody Ford stan, and we've gone over this, and people know that. But I still wanted to see what Lamp had because I was hoping. My sneaky hot take was we were coming out of the preseason with Ford and Lamp as our 2 starting guards.
Yeah, I thought Lamp for sure was going to – I think Lamp would have made the team. I just think it's bad luck, man. It is what it is once again, man. It's like one of those things. It's whole
career. Like last year was the first time he played. He's just been injured since he got drafted.
I mean, but you could say the same about Harrison Phillips, man. Like the guy can't catch a break, bro. Like he just can't.
Yeah.
He just can't stay healthy, man. He has bad knees, man. I mean, it's just like I feel for the guy, but at the same time, man, you got to be on the field, bro. You got to, it's just not good for Phillips, bro. Like I have a feeling he was already on the bubble and he was showing out, man, and then he got hurt. So it's like, golly, man, what do you do with the guy, man?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's just not, he just, I don't know, brother. With Phillips, man, that's a shaky one, man, because he's a great guy. I think he does a lot of good things for the city of Buffalo, but man, you got to be on the field, brother.
Absolutely. So moving along here, I want to talk a little bit more about the position battles. That's kind of our key topic tonight outside of the roster predictions. We talked a little bit about the D-line and what we wanted to see. We talked about Addison. I want to see more of Bam Johnson at D-end. What I've seen of him, and I want to see, when I say I want to see more of him, I want to see more of him early, not late. I don't want to see him against the third stringers. I want to see how far he's come. Put him, rotate him in with the first and the second team. Let's see what he truly has. Because when we look at it and we go into the roster predictions later on and you start talking about how many DNs you're going to keep, he's a fantastic. He's a four core special teams guy. He's on all the teams. But can he bring you anything on defense? And we need to know that. And we're not going to know unless you stop playing him against the 3s and start playing him against the 1s and the 2s.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see him against the 1s, bro. I think he's just going to be a special teams guy, bro. He'll be on, once in a while. You'll get rotated in. I just don't see him as a bro. We got too full of a room, bro. I just I can't. You know what I mean? I can't see him go past Gregory for sure. Rousseau. There's no way he's passing Boogie. He's not passing AJ. I think Obata is already a step ahead. I think Darryl. I think he's a great special teamer, and I think he should just continue with that, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. He'll be on the team for a long time if he keeps, being a good special teamer. I mean, that's what a lot of the players right now are fighting for, to be honest with you. A lot of special team locks. So he's one of them. And I think he makes a team, no doubt.
You think he makes a team? Okay. So that'll be interesting when we go into our roster predictions. That'll be really interesting to see kind of how you manipulate the roster to be able to get him on there. Because if he's truly just a special teamer, how many of those just special teamers can we keep? When we start talking about them, we have Tywan Jones, we have Tyler Matakavish, we have Andre Phillips, or Andre Smith. We have, now Bam Johnson. Then we have our 3 specialists, then Saran Neal. Like,
no doubt.
How many just special teamers can you truly keep?
Tough.
They need to.
It's tough.
They need to be, and that was my point. I want to see Johnson with the 1s and the 2s because I want to know if we kept him, and he goes ahead and, we're not going to keep 7 DNs on the active roster. Someone from that group will get deactivated. Something happens and we need to put him in. Is he going to be able to perform? Is he, average? We don't need him to be a superstar because he's a superstar on special teams. He's an ace. We need him to be able to be functional in our defense.
I think he provides that, but like last season, you didn't really see Darryl Johnson in the game. He was special teams, man. Like, I think he makes the roster just because of that. I do. I think there's going to be some guys that get cut that might be surprised, maybe even go to the practice squad. But I think he's one that you got to keep, bro. You got to keep, man. He's one of our better special team players, man. Saran Neal, same thing, man. You got to, bro. He's a beast when it comes to special teams, and he can come in too. He's like a hybrid player, man. If we need him for a linebacker real quick, he come in for do a linebacker. God forbid somebody went down. Like, I love Saran Neal. I love his game, man. As a starting cornerback, not so much, but that's okay. Like, God forbid if we needed him, okay, he could do that for a player or two. You know what I mean? Like, I trust him enough to fill in for a spot or two. But, bro, special teams, he's a beast, bro. He's always on the play, man. I like Saran Neal.
And he can play a lot of different positions.
Right, he's a hybrid.
He's not a stud at any one, but he can play a lot of them. He can fill in at safety. He can fill in inside and outside at corner. He can fill in at linebacker.
Right.
I would look. I would almost like to see what he can do more in the Adams role for Seattle, where you just send him off the edge. Let's see him blitz.
Right. Yeah. Hey, John, you're totally right, by the way.
I love this comment by John. He's like, isn't it great when you can have an overfull room? Yes. I think Joe Miller from the Overseen Sports podcast says it the best. We're in wildest dreams land. Like, how far we've come since Beana McDermott has been here is just amazing.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. Like when's the last time we had like a too full of a room where we have no other choice but to cut these guys? It's like, that's crazy to me. Like, we could sit back and say, man, every position we have a pretty good player there. Like every that's wild to me, man. Like, they built such a great. And by the way, a lot of these players are young. That's even crazier because a lot of teams have veteran players. They're on their like 1 or 2 years left. We got some young dudes in here that got. We just got rookie deals 1 year in. AJ Epineza, for instance, 2nd year. I mean, dude, like, this is crazy, man. Obata is young. There's Rousseau, Boogie. I mean, bro, they're just stacking up these rookies, and the vets are going to help, and they're going to move on. Man, this is beautiful. Beautiful thing to watch that Bean's putting together. Love it.
Mm-hmm. One of that came in. They were talking about the DB room. I wish we were a little bit deeper in the DB room as well. DB room scares me. The secondary scares me. We have our studs, Poyer, Hyde, White. Wallace is solid. But outside of that, like, Dane Jackson is still a prospect.
Work. Yeah, he needs work. Yeah, he needs work.
Teron Johnson, it was great at the end of last year, but people tend to forget, to be mid-year, he got benched for Lewis. And then Lewis got hurt. He came back and he put in the work and he was good. So hopefully we get that Teron Johnson going into this year. But behind him, we have Neal Wild Goose, who's a rookie, who's just a raw prospect. Love what he looks like. And I think he has a lot of athletic ability. And then we have a bunch of undrafted rookie free agents.
Yeah, it's the DB. I felt like I love the draft. My only problem was not drafting a DB when they had a chance, when there were still like 2nd rounders available in the 4th round. I mean, like, dude, like, why are you drafting Doyle? And why? Like, we reached for him. There was no point right there. Like, I didn't get that pick, and he may not even make the team. Like, that's what like upsets me. Like, my God, man, like, you had your opportunity to pick up a DB, and I guess. And we didn't even pick one in free agency. Like, it's not like we even went out and addressed it. Like, we didn't. It's like we just didn't address it at all. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. But we'll see, man. Maybe they have more faith in Levi and Dane than people think, man. I don't know.
Who am I? Who am I to second guess them?
Right.
They
Wild
have
Goose, though, I don't think so.
Listen, whatever Bean and McDermott decide to do, they have earned they should have earned our trust by now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
no doubt.
Yeah, we did. We did address it with Wallace. Tony B. Tony B's nickname is Wild Goose.
What nickname would you give Wild Goose?
Wild Goose nickname for him. Let me think for a second. Erratic Wild Goose. Like he looked great. He looked horrible against Detroit. He looked decent against Chicago. He got in and ripped out some balls. Cover one showed some really good film breakdown on him with some coverage. So these young guys are getting better week to week.
I'll tell you who I like. McLeod is showing out, man, in preseason.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he's had some pretty good games for an undrafted, man. I'm liking what I see. Will he make team? I don't know, but man, I gotta tell you, if he's trying to impress the coaches, he's doing a hell of a job, bro.
I agree. He struggled early in the Detroit game, but then he cleaned it up. Like he got beat bad on one, but then he cleaned it up and he's been solid ever since. I can see McLeod making a practice squad.
Yeah. That's what I mean. For sure. Like I think I don't know if he makes the 53, but I for sure think he'll be back. Like they'll cut him, waive him, put him on a practice squad. No doubt. I don't see like another team picking him up because he's played that great. But yeah, I can see him just being on a practice squad, and maybe he'll be our surprise player next season. You never know. Or get called up, man. Players get called up all the time. So that's what it's all about, man. There's injuries happen, bro. I mean, look at Levi. To be honest with you, Levi played off and on. Like he didn't play the greatest last season. Dane Jackson came in a couple times. Levi, so it could happen. It definitely can happen.
Yeah. And I like what we see. We have a lot of really young guys there. And someone said it up in the chat that McDermott finds corners and finds a way to turn them into being good.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't disagree with that. I can accept that. I will sit on my hands and wait to see what happens once we hit the regular season, because we're running a lot of vanilla stuff right now as well. And our and if our D line continues how they have been, it's only going to help our secondary.
Yeah, for sure. Everything right now is vanilla. By the way, like just if you just started watching football, preseason's all vanilla on both sides of the ball. There is nothing that you're going to see probably in the regular season at all being called in the preseason. This is just Tecmo Bowl as you get, man. If you play Tecmo Bowl, this is it, man. So if you can't be good playing Tecmo Bowl, you shouldn't be playing on the team, right? So.
And Spin, you are absolutely right. Paul and Mario thought it was time for an upgrade, so they brought us in. I know Paul somewhere in here. Like he's in here somewhere.
Oh my god.
So let's move over to the receivers. We talked a little bit about Stevenson. We talked a little bit about Sims now that we've signed him. I want to see more of Kumro. I saw Hodgins back out on the field in practice videos. I would like to see more of him. So with that said, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of Sanders just to get, with Josh out there. I'd like to see, Beasley and Sanders
get
out
some
there.
reps in or whatever. But once again, he's a veteran. Another guy that's injury prone. I don't really need him out there. We all know what Emmanuel Sanders can do. Okay. He's been on new teams and put up big yards. He didn't need preseason to do that. He's a veteran. He knows his role. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't listen. We'll see
if Josh is going to be out there, don't you want him out there?
Yeah, but if Josh is out there, I just want him to just get some snaps hand the ball. I really don't want to see Josh doing much. I'll be honest with you. But if you're going to, I get what you're saying. If he's going to pass, sure. Have Emmanuel out there do some button hooks or whatever. Just simple plays, man. Nothing that's going to hurt you, man. And I'm happy. I just want the team going to regular season week 1 healthy. That's all I care about. Everybody healthy. That's it. I don't want no injuries coming out of this game.
I did not hear this, Ben. I know he's been dealing with an injury. I did not know if it was an ankle and if it was going to be a season-long thing. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. I mean, I know he's been hurt with his foot. I didn't know it was an ankle, but no, I think he'll be fine. But you got to be careful with him. That's another player, man. Like he's on that other side of 30, man. So you gotta watch his reps, man. Like you won't. It's funny because I think I've heard a lot of people say he's going to get 1,000 yards receiving. I don't see that happening. Like I just don't. I think he'll have 700 yards, something like that. But I don't see 1,000, man. I just don't. I think Josh is going to spread the ball around a lot. I think he'll have a big year. I think Diggs is going to have another awesome year. I think Gabe Davis is going to have a much better year than his rookie year.
That's saying something.
His numbers are going to be higher, I think. Yeah, for sure, bro. I think Cole Beasley is going to be right on pace to do what he did last season. I just do. I don't see him falling off. And McKenzie's going to get his too. I just don't see. I just don't see the whole 1,000 yards for Sanders. I just don't.
I don't see it either. I believe he'll fall somewhere between 700 and 850 yards, depending on the health of everybody else, obviously. But I see Josh throwing for over 5,000. I expect that you will see more passes to the backs.
Right.
We'll see
tight end
more
hopefully.
Tight end with well, not even so much Knox, but Hollister. He has that chemistry with Hollister from college.
I like what I've seen, by the way, by Hollister, man. Knox better watch it, bro, because Knox has been with the hands again, and Hollister's been pretty solid in preseason, and he's showing his speed. And he's a big guy too, bro. So Knox got to get going, bro. He has to get going because he's gonna lose that job. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, bro, you got and then Kumaro, like you were saying. The only problem with Kumaro, man, and I like Kumaro, but my God, the last game he had some easy drop passes, man. I did not like, man. I thought he was lazy on the first drop. I didn't think he went all out for that catch. The second one was right in his hands, almost caused an interception. So imagine if that was an interception, everyone like, oh, look at Trubisky throwing interceptions already. Wouldn't even been his fault. That was right in his hands. He totally dropped it. So Kumaro has to can't do that, man. Got to catch those. That was easy ball to catch, bro. Both of those. So that I got to see improve, man, because that can get you cut right there. Stuff like that. You can't have that, man. There's only 3 downs, you got to Kumaro. Like I said, I like him, but the drops are killing me, man. I want to see more Kumaro week 3. Definitely.
I do too.
I want to see him in there.
I need to see him more in week 3, and I need to see him do better than he did in week 2. But here's a hot take from Pierre. Hollister will lead the Bills in TDs this year. Now, that's a hot take.
It is a hot take. Maybe. I'll tell you what. Them going for a 2-point conversion and going to a tight end says a lot. And going to Hollister. And boy, his speed, I mean, it wasn't even one of those passes where it was high. It was only for a tight end to catch. I mean, he just shook the defender, and he was wide. I mean, he did a great job. So very possible that he's goal line work to Hollister. Very, very possible. But I don't think so. I'm gonna say Josh Allen is still our red zone touchdown beat. I mean,
hopefully not. After we gave him $258 million, let's use our backs and the people who are paid to make those.
You would think, but it seems like Josh loves it, man. I mean, just saying. It just seems like he wants that. He wants to get in. I mean, Gilliam is also, you can maybe, I'm just saying, maybe Gilliam could be up there too on the goal line. I'm liking his short yardage, so we'll see. Interesting.
And I like that transition right there that she's had into Gilliam, because Gilliam's one of those guys that is a do it, can do everything. So when we start talking tight ends, Gilliam kind of falls into that bucket as well. Although he's technically listed as a fullback,
right?
Last game he played fullback, tight end, and halfback.
Right. And
you have a guy like,
and
you have a guy like that. It's hard, and plus he's a core special teamer. It's hard to cut a guy like that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think he's making the team. That's another player I think. I didn't have him making the team early on. I just didn't see it happening. Fullback, no why. Like no teams use fullbacks anymore. But the way he's been playing, man, in every position, another hybrid kind of player. Yeah, man, I think he makes a team.
Yeah, here's another hot take from HenDog24. Diggs will have 2 or more passing touchdowns. Okay, that's a good one.
I think McKenzie will have one. I think Cole will have one. So how are we doing this? Every receiver gets a passing touchdown, because it seemed like they all have one already, right?
Diggs is the only
I don't
one
think Diggs did. Did Diggs have one?
No, he hasn't. But they did show a video this week of Allen critiquing Diggs's throwing mechanics, and Allen teaching him how to do it.
Okay. Hey, you never know then. Dable.
I do like this one as well. That I'm gonna pop up on the screen. I think my system's a little slow. Gilliam will also help our run game efficiency with his blocking. Gilliam impressed me a lot as a fullback. Like last year, he was more of a tight end than a fullback, and we used a lot of Knox as that H-back type for a fullback when we ran. Gilliam sprung both Moss and Singletary a couple times. This
and we may need that. We may need that because I'm still not sold on the offensive line. I think we have a better offensive line going into this season, but it really is the same offensive line we had. The only difference is they're coming in all healthy, which is good, but they were pretty bad with run blocking. So, and that's why we used the tight end a lot. The AJ, what was his name? Lee. We use Lee a lot because he was a good blocker. But he's gone now. We don't have that. And I don't know about Hollister's blocking, but Knox is so, right? Like, So maybe they use Gilliam as more of a blocker to free them open on some of those plays, possibly.
When we move to that big package, I don't foresee it being, it'll be the 2 tight ends, but when we need to bring the jumbo in, a lot of people said Sweeney. I think Sweeney's going to end up on the IR, and he's going to be out for a little while with his foot. I can see us using Bates. I can see us using Brown.
I like Brown
because they're super athletic. Well, let's remember Bates had a few times last year where he played tight end, and they just could never get him. And someone in here is trying to get the comments. It's going. The chat's going so quick I couldn't catch it. But someone put in there that Bates finally gets his touchdown this year as a hot take. So
it's possible.
It is very possible. So moving on through, we talked a little bit more about the D-line. We have an idea what we want to do there. We talked about the tight ends. I'm just kind of running through my head of
running backs are good talking point there. So Singletary, let's be real. Are we good now, Mafia out there? Is Singletary okay with you guys now? Is he the RB1? Did he convince you already? He's the RB1. Okay.
There is no RB1 on our team.
He's the RB1.
No RB1 on our team.
I know what you're saying. I get it. It's running back by committee, but it doesn't matter. On the depth chart, there's an RB1. That's Singletary because there is a depth chart. He is RB1. He will get the most snaps out of all the running backs for sure. I'm not saying he's going to get 90% of the work. No, we already know this, but he will get most of the work, I think. I think it's going to be I think he'll get like 60%. And then, you know what I mean? And then from there, it'll be Moss at 30, something like that. Breida will be more of the gadget guy, I think. I don't think you'll see Breida as much as you think. I think he's going to be more of a screen pass kind of guy. Maybe you'll see Breida in there with Singletary as like a, who's going to get the ball kind of, tricky play by Dable. But, bro, he's the guy. I'm telling you right now, Singletary earned it. He's earned it in preseason. He's lost the weight. He's gained the muscle. You can see his speed is already better. I think he's going to I think that's a player that will have a breakout year for us. Even though we're not a running team, I think he's going to do way better than he did last season, for sure. I think you're going to see what you saw from him his rookie season with speed, with a little faster, which is pretty damn good. That's 1,000-yard back because he had 750 his rookie year. I can see him having close to 1,000 yards, I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I was really impressed with Singletary so far this year.
Yes, by the way, Pierre.
Yes. Not only because Etienne is out for the year, but also because we have Groot, and he looks like he's going to be a monster. Rousseau looks like he's going to be an absolute monster. So, yes. And I was not on the draft a running back in the first round. I was not team running back at all. And if we did go team running back, I was team Williams. I wanted Williams out of NC, North Carolina.
I like him too, but I was Najee. I said if he fell to us, I thought his size, his speed would have been perfect for this team. But I also said don't trade up for him. I don't think we're desperate enough we don't need a running back that bad. I still thought Devin Singletary can prove something, can still do the job. But Rousseau was when I did my predictions, I had us picking Rousseau if Najee didn't fall to us, and we did. Yeah. And that's bro. He's gonna. I'm telling you, man. That people have no idea. This guy's played one season, in college, freshman year, and what he's showing right now is probably 35% of his what he can really do. Like, this is nothing. Like, wait till the coaches really get him trained right and he learns more from the veterans. He's going to be dangerous, man, in this league. I'm telling you right now, man. You have yet to see Rousseau, like what his potential. Like, we're not even close. Sky's the limit for that guy.
I like this. It's kind of off topic, but Hidden Dog comes in with the hot take that Dable's going to lay off the snack cart and actually focus on the game this year. I know it's kind of off topic, but any Dable snack puns I enjoy. So I wanted to make sure that I highlighted that. But I do agree. I was a Javonte Williams truther, but that's fine. He's gone. He's in Denver. We have who we have here. I liked what I've seen out of Singletary this year. He looks like rookie year Singletary. I liked what I saw out of Moss in the second game. Don't like Breida running the ball. I like Breida catching the ball.
Yep, agree.
And, so we have three guys here. We'll deploy them. We also don't feature our backs.
No, we don't. Well, that's not what we do. I mean, we know that, and I'm good with that. I'm totally okay with it. That's what bothered me last season was like, you gotta run the ball to win in the playoffs. No, you don't. Like, who says that? Why? We're in a new age, man. It's passing. Like, we are a passing team. Fine. If there's a team that could run, like, we don't have Derrick Henry. We're it's just, that's not who we are, right? We are a pass heavy team. We are a 4 or 5 receiver set team. That's how we won. That's why we were like first, second, or first in the league in scoring. We were like top 3 in offense all year. We didn't run the ball. You could have won that. We chose to run the ball in the playoffs, which bothered the hell out of me because that's not what we do. So I hope they stick with that. We do need to run a little bit more, but we are a passing team. That's what we're built. That's what our team's built to be, and that's okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah, right here, Tony B says he's okay with what we have at running back when Josh is our quarterback.
100%.
I am in complete agreement with that, and it's okay. It's okay with that. So I like our running back room currently. Our cornerback room, we touched on it a little bit, but when we started talking about like the actual roster battles, Frazier came out and said this week that the battle between Wallace and Jackson wasn't over, and it was still neck and neck. I don't know how he got that. He must see something we don't on the practice field, because if you just watch game tape by itself, Wallace has clearly outplayed him after the first week. But they're both dealing with nagging injuries right now, so I don't even know if we'll see him this week.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't believe that. I think Levi Wallace is the number 2. I think he's earned that already. I think he's been earned that, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I like Levi Wallace, man. Dude was undrafted. He's worked his ass off, and he's been our number 2, man. Like he's earned it every season he's been with us. So until we address that in the draft or a free agent, he's our number 2, man. That's it. And I feel comfortable with him on the field. I do. The only problem I have with him biggest problem to me is speed. Like he's not very fast, so he gives up a lot of space, and he tries to play catch up, and sometimes it hurts him. You know, but it is what it is.
I agree with that. The last room I want to talk about was the offensive line room.
Shaky.
I've been really impressed with Ford's play this year so far in the first 2 games. Seems like when they want a yard, they run behind him. Granted, he's the only starter that's been out there, and I truly believe he's going to be a starter this year. I think he's pretty much locked down that right guard job. I was concerned with Brown as our swing tackle after preseason game 1. He looked really good against Mac in week 2.
Yeah,
so
bro,
whatever they took away from film, and they went back to the field and transitioned. Like Matt could have made him look silly, and he didn't. He stuffed him a few times.
No, yeah, he held his own.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely held his own against one of the top players in the league, man. So, I think that's another player I was kind of upset about when they drafted initially, but after seeing his tape and just kind of seeing the player he is, man, I think if they work with him a little bit more, I think in a year or 2 he's going to be pretty really good offensive lineman, man. He just needs a little bit more work, man. But I like him, man. Tall, he can move well for a big guy. Yeah, man. He's
so right here, John comes in and says O-line starting 5 is set. So I wonder if the rest of the chat agrees with that. If you do me a favor, put who your starting 5 is in the chat, and we'll come back to it and we'll see. Because I have an idea who my starting 5 is. I'm wondering if it lines up. My starting 5, I would have Dawkins, Mongo, Morse, Ford, Williams. My swing tackle is Brown, and that's really my starters.
Yeah, I got the same. Mine's the same. I have the same lineup. The only thing that bothers me, I'll be real with you, is two guys. Mitch Morse, because of the injury history. Mm-hmm. We have to take, unfortunately, we have to talk about that because it seems like every season he's getting a concussion. And then Cody Ford, man. I hope Cody Ford turns it around, but he's battled through injuries too. He's battled to find his spot on the team. They keep shifting him over. I hope this right guard, I hope this is the one that he sticks there. They stay with him. He's healthy. He continues to improve. So far, he's looked good in preseason, but man, one of those guys go down or Cody goes down, doesn't work out, or he gets another concussion, that's when we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because then what do you do? You know what I mean? Do you put Mongo as center now? Now you shift over somebody in a position they're not comfortable with. We don't have a very good depth. That's why losing Forrest Lamp hurts a lot. Like he was really going to be a good backup. That sucks. It hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Butker played well enough last year to fill in that backup swing guard role. I believe they're grooming Bates to be the backup center, even though Mongo has been our backup center. I think they're trying to leave him where he's at this year. So we have the depth. Like, it does suck that Lamp got hurt because I had high hopes for Lamp. Like I said earlier in the stream, I really wanted Lamp to be one of our starting guards. I didn't want him to start over Ford. I thought he could start over Mongo as an upgrade. It didn't happen. You know, you can't win the lotto if you don't buy the ticket.
I would like to see Mongo transition to center in time. I think he has a good thing with Allen. I think every time he's gotten behind the center position, I thought he held his own. And we already have him here. It would be interesting if they just move him over to center, let Mitch Morse retire when he does, because I think this is probably Mitch Morse last season with the team and just draft another offensive lineman. I think so, man. I think Morse. I think especially if he gets hurt or another concussion, I think you gotta even if he doesn't want to walk away, Bean's gonna have to make a decision there. You know what I mean? You paid him a lot of money for him missing a lot of games. You know.
I like this one. Wait, I'm lagging a little bit, so I got Ballard, Richter, Hall, Paul, and Fina. Our old school offensive line.
I like that. Did I read that right? Yeah.
Any offensive line that has John Fina on it, I'm all for.
Right.
So we kind of touched base. The chat was all pretty much on board with the starting five. I didn't see anyone that came out and thought any other way that it could line up. So let's move into roster predictions. We'll start with the offense, and Tommy, you're going to take the offense, and then I will come back with my roster predictions for the defense. While you're doing your roster predictions, I'm going to step away for a second and see if I can get this lag figured out. So I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, my poor man Mikey over there. So I guess he's having fires, guys. They're hitting the line, messing them up. Not good. So yeah, so as far as roster goes, listen, I'm not going to run through the whole damn thing on the offense. I'm just going to tell you who you guys know already. Josh Allen's making the team, obviously. Trubisky's going to be our backup. I don't think we're going to keep Webb or Fromm. I think Webb will be a practice squad. I think they'll cut Fromm. Running back, you already know. Devin Singletary, Moss. Devin Singletary, Moss, and Breida. And I think they keep Gilliam as a fullback. Tight end, I think they're only going to keep two. Hollister and Knox. You're back, buddy. Welcome back. Hollister and Knox stays. Wide receivers, I think we're going to keep 7. I think we're going to go Diggs, Beasley, Davis, Sanders, McKenzie, Kumaro, and Stevenson. Those are my 7. That's who I got. As surprise cuts, man, on offense, surprise cuts. Maybe. Golly, I don't know. Surprise. I don't have any offensive surprise cuts. I don't know if there's any surprise cuts. I think everyone's going to get cut. We're going to know, like a Duke Williams who already got cut. I think Tommy Sweeney wouldn't be a surprise. I think we all know he's going to either be a practice squad or IR again. Am I missing something on offense? What am I missing here? Wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, running back. That's it, my brother.
No, I think you got it.
That's it. So that's who I got locked in. I definitely don't think they're keeping like they did last year. Like I said, the quarterback, they're definitely not. I think Fromm is gone. I'll be honest with you. I hated the pick. I hated when they picked Fromm to begin with. I thought at first they were just going to use him as trade bait. I'll be real with you. I thought they were going to keep him, trade him right away to a team that was desperate. Bean's really good with that, getting a team to take a scrubby player. But I don't think anyone's going to trade for Fromm. Like, he's gone. Like, that's it. Cut him. Get rid of him. I think Davis Webb is a good, smart guy. I think he's good to have on a practice squad. They'll keep him around for a practice squad. Other than that, that's it. You don't need 3 quarterbacks. And wide receiver, I think you have to go 7. Initially, I was going to just say 6, but I think, man, Kumaro, he was my on the bubble with me for a little bit. But I think just him and Josh have something going on there. I think Josh likes him a lot. I like his size, 6'4". He just has to stop with the drop passes. So that's why I want to see a little bit more in week 3, preseason. That's it. That's who I got.
So one guy I didn't hear you say was Taiwan Jones.
And special teamers. I didn't see him. Yes, he's the running back.
Not okay with that.
You're right. Well, I am sorry, Chad, but yes, I apologize. Taiwan Jones will make the team, but as a special teamer. You will not see him run the ball. Okay. Yes, he's a great. We all know this. Like, I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't kill me. But yes, he will make the team.
Yeah. I have something similar to yours. I have, tight end fullback mixed together, and I have 3. I have Knox, Hollister, and Gilliam. That's it. I think Sweeney's gonna end up going on the IR till his foot's done, and then they'll figure out what to do with him. But everything else, I was pretty good with.
Like Hodgins, right? Practice squad.
Yeah, exactly. Hodgins practice squad. I don't know what's going to happen with McKenzie. I don't know if he'll be back. If he's not back, I can see him going to IR and us keeping maybe Sims, or something else that they're looking at, maybe an extra person on defense or something along those lines until McKenzie gets back, and then they'll play with it. It's going to be a lot of roster gymnastics.
Yeah. I think McKenzie. I think, like you said, the McKenzie injury, because right now, it's not really known how long. It's a day-to-day, week-to-week. That could be tricky when the roster cuts come. You're 100% right, because maybe they don't keep Sims and they just add another defensive player, for now until McKenzie comes back. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay, I don't know if this is Paul or Mario, but how dare you? How dare you bring that up?
Houston.
and he had a chance. He had a chance to make up for last year and break the record for the most receiving touchdowns by individual players, and he dropped it. Hit him in the chest, and he dropped it against the Patriots. How dare you? But anyways, okay, so we'll move on over to the defense and who I got. I have us keeping 7 DNs. And I make some switches there. So I have us keeping Hughes, Addison, Epinesa, Rousseau, Basham, Obata, and Johnson. And I think Johnson's going to be kept for the special teams. I have a feeling Obata and Basham and Addison, of those 3, are going to rotate on inactives depending on game plan. Mm-hmm. For defensive tackles, I have us keeping 4, and that's Oliver, Starr, Phillips, and Zimmer. But with Phillips hurt, I think he's going to go to IR, and I think we're going to end up keeping Butler. I really do. And because Phillips hurt, and then when they come back, whoever's playing well out of them or is the number 4, well, it could be Butler. Butler hasn't done anything. He could be gone. But my only issue with keeping Butler is if we cut him now, there is some savings. There's like $1.25 million that we get to save. If we keep him, we don't save anything.
Yeah, I like Butler. I thought Butler had a decent preseason game, by the way, last week. I thought he showed out last week, especially for him being his first game back. I thought he played pretty well. But I have the same as you, by the way, as far as the tackle. I got Oliver, Starr, Zimmer, Butler, and Phillips. But Phillips, once again, I have no idea.
Yeah. And Rick Rarick comes in and asks, how bad is Phillips' injury? We truly don't know yet. All Sean has come out and said is it could be on the longer side. It's not serious. So when I hear longer side, I mean he's probably going to hit a 3-week IR stint. He's going to hit because he injured the same knee that his ACL was torn on. So
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I can see him missing 4 to 6 weeks. I'll be real with you. So that's why you definitely got to keep Butler. I mean, you have to.
Yep. And then moving down into the linebackers, I've kept Edmonds, Milano, Klein, Smith, and Matakevich. And when I was talking about earlier with the roster gymnastics, if McKenzie goes on IR, we could keep 6 receivers and pick up a 6th linebacker. That's where I could
Yeah.
see that kind of going back and forth to, where they want to play. And if they keep a sixth linebacker, I think it'll be Dodson.
Yeah.
Or Giles, could be Giles Harris too, because Giles Harris has looked really good. But I think they're going to look to try to get Giles Harris on the practice squad.
I'm not big into Klein, man. Like, I mean, he's okay. He doesn't.
You know what? I said Klein because of his contract, but if there was going to be a surprise cut on the defense, I think that's where our surprise cut is at. I really do.
I believe that too. I had Phillips as on the bubble, but I think I think they need him. They still need him. I think we're so short on tackle, man. They have to have him, and he was playing really good preseason. But I had him on the bubble with Klein, but now I think they're going to let Phillips hang around. But yeah, Klein is. I don't know, man. I haven't even seen much of him. Hasn't even really done anything in preseason.
He hasn't played. Right. He's been inactive.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that says.
Nobody
is that
does.
good or bad? Right?
That's the problem. So then we'll move on. For my corners, I have 5 corners. I have White, Wallace, Johnson, Jackson, and Neal. It's the same 5. Then for safeties, I have 4. I have Hyde, Poyer, Johnson, and Hamlin. And I think Josh Thomas gets practice squad. I think they like him. He's a banger, and I think he's great in the Buffalo nickel. And we know how much Paul loves the Buffalo nickel talk. So I think they're going to continue working with him. He was on UDFA 2 years ago, and then he made a practice squad last year. He can make the practice squad again this year. And the Bills like to take talented guys and bring them along and build them the way they want them. And I think Thomas has a chance to make the roster maybe next year, as Sharon Neal may fall off due to his contract. We have guys, but then from a practice squad, this is I have just Webb. I've heard people talk about practice squad wanting 2 quarterbacks to go. They're both Fromm and Webb. I think it's just going to be Webb. I think we're going to be done with Fromm. He's going to be out the door.
Yeah, for sure. And on Hamlin, by the way, love that pick too. I like him, man. That dude is a hustler, man. He's made a couple mistakes in preseason, but he seems to be everywhere on the field, man. Everywhere. He's like on every play, it seems like, and he's getting the fumble recovery. I mean, he's hitting players pretty tough. I mean, he's a good hitter. I like him, man. I think that's a good, really sneaky draft pick too, man. Like he has some really sneaky draft picks, man, that are turning out to be pretty good. We'll see.
He doesn't take the underwear Olympics as the end all be all. He puts on game tape. And are you a football player? They may not be the most athletic person. Devin Singletary didn't look great at the combine. Dane Jackson didn't look great at the combine.
Rousseau didn't. Rousseau
bombed. Rousseau bombed the combine and see what he looks like.
Right.
The underwear Olympics is one phase of scouting, but I truly believe our front office digs into the tape. And do they show it on tape? If you show it on tape, you're gonna you show it on the field.
Yeah, I agree. That's all I care about, man. I care about tape. I care about what you did in college. I want to see what you did when it counted. I care about you running a 40 in front of people, so it's on NFL Network. Like I really don't care. I mean, I get it. You want to kind of see these guys, but come on, man. Like I know Marquez Stevenson ran a damn 4.3, 4.4 in college. I don't need him running it again and at the combine. Right. I'm good with that. Right. Like, he ran a 4.5. That means he's slow now. All of a sudden, he lost the speed.
You know what? I'll take it because he fell to us in the sixth round. Then
exactly. So it's all good, man.
Yeah. Let me get through the practice squad real quick. So I have Webb, Williams, and then we keep Wade on the international again because they extended that pathway program, and I think Wade's going to stay in our organization. And I love Antonio Williams. Like that guy, he got hurt, and it sucks that he got hurt because I think he had a chance to push Breida off the roster.
Yeah,
really
me too.
Do.
I agree 100%.
Or Jones, because what people don't realize with Williams was He was the special teams captain for when he was at North Carolina. He was a special teams, he can play special teams, and he was really good at it. So it'll be interesting to see how they factor him in going forward in our future. But then for receivers, I have us keeping Hodgins, and I had it Gentry. That was before Sims was signed. I could see Sims getting popped over to the practice squad. Tight end, I think Sweeney will end up there. I think he's going to end up on IR at the beginning, but I think ultimately he'll end up on the practice squad. And then our O-line, I actually had 3. I had Anderson, Douglas, and Devi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, I heard
like
someone.
Anderson, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. Baby Richie.
Yeah, man, I like him, man. I think he could be another player that has potential.
Mm-hmm. I heard someone, and I can't remember where I heard it. I heard someone say Douglas could be a sneaky trade candidate because he has a lot of experience, and people are always looking for good offensive linemen. So Douglas could be one. And then from the defense, I have Mike Love making the practice squad again because that's where he tends to live. Right. I have us for a defensive tackle. I have us keeping Trayvon Hester. I've been impressed with him this preseason. He's a big boy, and he's been moving the pocket, and I like that. Okay.
What about McLeod? You don't have McLeod in there?
I'll get there. From linebackers, I have Giles Harris and Dodson. And I think one of those two, if for some reason they wanted to carry a 6th linebacker, and if they're playing the roster Olympics, I believe Giles Harris or Dodson will probably be the first one called up. But then from a corner, I have Wild Goose, McLeod, and Lewis, all 3 making the practice squad. Okay. And then I have Thomas to round it out as the safety. So
no, I actually like your list. I mean, I was going to say everybody. I didn't hear the McLeod thing, but yeah, I agree with you, man. I think everybody there. I mean, we'll see, man. Bean's good with trading. I have a feeling there's going to be some trade before the regular season starts. Bean likes to pull off something like that. It's not going to be a big splash trade. It's going to be somebody like, who knows? Like
someone like Douglas.
Exactly. Now the surprise trade could be like an Addison. That could be like the surprise, like because I don't see him cutting him, but would he take an offer for him and trade him for a position that we need, or backup or something like that? Sure, because we are loaded there. I think you don't necessarily need to have 2 veterans in the room. I just don't think Hughes. I think Hughes is here to stay. I think Hughes. This is his last season. I would like to see Hughes just retire after here. Like I hope that he probably won't, but I would like that just for Hughes to be done and retire a Buffalo Bill, man.
Yeah, I would like to see that. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. I just don't think he's gonna retire next year. I really don't.
No, I don't either. It would just be cool if he did, but like he probably still feels like he has some wheels, some tires, some tread on his tires. You know what I mean? Like he's probably not done. But I think it would probably be our time to move on. This is last year, anyways. I don't see him unless you never know. I will say this though, Hughes has a high motor still for his age, and he was still getting to the quarterback. He's just going to finish it. So maybe with the help of these young guys, you never know. Hughes might have a pretty decent year, and maybe they do re-sign him for one more season, give him a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? You never know.
Like if he plays as well as he played last season, because he still played really well. He's still our best pass rusher.
Right.
Like he just had no help.
He just had no help. Right.
He would come around and put pressure, and then they would step up because there was no push up the middle or coming from the other side. So
100%.
They just ran away from him basically. The one place that I could see a surprise keep, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, and please don't kill me for it, is I could totally see McDermott keeping Bobby Hart.
Bobby Hart.
I don't want that.
Just to hold the offense line. Yeah.
But he has experience, even though it's not great experience.
It depends. I'll tell you what. I could see it if they don't find another offensive lineman that's been cut that they like better. How about that? Because Bean's going to be watching the waiver wire, right? Like, there's going to be some surprise cuts on every team.
I'm getting killed in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. See, guys, I did not say the Bobby Hart thing. You guys kill me on the joke. I didn't. Bobby Hart's terrible. God, he's the worst. All right. So I do not agree with Mike on the Bobby Harts.
No, I'm not saying I want him. Let me make this perfectly clear. I'm saying
Mike loves Bobby Hart. He has a Bobby Hart.
Say that.
He has a Bobby Hart signed jersey in his room. Do not let Mike fool you.
No. Negative.
Where's your Bobby Hart mini helmet? Show us.
Not happening. I could see that from, I could see that being a surprise keep. And the only way I see that truly happening is if Brown or Doyle's injury that they sustained last week is longer than what they expect.
Doyle.
So
I am not happy with that. I'm sorry. I'm not a Doyle guy.
Oh, you're not a Doyle guy? You see this? Paul wants to put me through a table now.
You deserve it after the Bobby Hart comment.
Hey,
God, no.
Listen, my job here is to entertain. Are you not entertained?
God, I'd rather have Lee Smith blocking, man. Bring him back. I mean,
right?
For real, dude. Bobby Hart's the worst. I don't care, dude. They got to know that. I mean, I'm shocked. There has to be a reason, like you said, why they haven't cut him already. And it's probably just lack of offensive line.
This has to be Paul. Paul's like, I have an autographed Bobby Hart helmet, but it's still blank because he missed his assignment. Oh,
I wanted probably true.
That's just rough.
No, dude, they're gonna cut Bobby Hart. They're probably what's gonna happen is they're probably gonna find another lineman that got cut. Maybe even a surprise. You never know. A guy that's pretty good that got cut because of salary, whatever. Who knows? And Bean will be on that. There's no. I can't see Hart making the team, bro.
Bobby Hart must have paid off Mike to say that.
Oh boy.
I was doing so well too up to that point.
You were. You ruined yourself. Now you got to have to wear a I Heart Bobby Hart shirt.
No. I am not every Friday. Bobby Hart. I am not a Bobby Hart fan. But you know what? I didn't like us keeping Trent Murphy last year, and they kept him because of the veteran experience. I thought that was just a bad move.
There's a huge difference between $8 million, which they should have cut to save, and Bobby Hart is probably getting paid, I don't know, 100, 400K, 300K. I mean, nowhere near $8 million. Like, that was a mistake. We all know that. But they kept Trent. Come on, you can't even compare the two. Like, even as bad as he was, still better than Bobby Hart. You know what I mean?
We've
Bobby Hart's bad.
Think about it. Think about the first year. We've kept some doozies, man. We've kept some doozies. And don't be surprised. They randomly keep a guy. He never plays, and then they cut him after the first week.
Yeah. I mean, we had players that retired at halftime. I mean.
Okay. I'm going to take receipts. If this actually happens, I'll be back. I hope it doesn't. Please, God, let them cut Bobby Hart. Please, God. I'm just throwing it out there. McDermott loves his veterans. Is he really going to trust two rookie tackles to back up guys? That's all I'm saying.
I think I do, man, over Bobby Hart.
You do. I get that. So do I, but I don't think McDermott does.
Well, you better watch that film again because, dude, it was bad, bro. Like, rewatch it.
He's like, no, cut Hart. Then that makes Bates our fourth tackle. Do not put Hart on the field.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you, John.
Bro, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get our quarterback killed, bro. Like, killed. Hart has to go, bro. He has to go. You're gonna see it. Matter of fact, you'll see it this coming up against Green Bay. You're gonna see how awful he is. Like, even like I feel bad for Trubisky. Like, I almost don't even want Trubisky to play. Like when he's in the game, just put in Fromm. Can we do a trade package, Fromm and Hart to Las Vegas for a 5th round? That's a good trade, bro.
How many of our quarterbacks are you going to have John Gruden trading for?
And you know what John Gruden would say? Man, I'll tell you what, this Fromm guy is good.
I can see if we were to trade Fromm, I can see him going to Atlanta now that McCarron's hurt.
Sure.
Because all they have is Felipe Franks.
Give us a fifth. We'll throw in Bobby Hart for free. A buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one.
A BOGO.
All right. So that's kind of what I had for tonight. We'll start wrapping this thing up. I do want to try to play the Mr. Rogers Holmes video again.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I'll play that on the way out. Where can everybody find you, Tommy?
Mafia Sports Report. I go live on Saturdays at 7 o'clock. And then Tommy Talks Bills on Twitter.
Okay, and you can find me randomly on Twitter. I don't do a whole lot of tweeting, but you can find me at Apex006. And you can find me here on Friday nights at 7:30. Randomly, you'll find me on Tommy's show as I pop in from time to time. But for the rest of you, thanks for riding with us. We really appreciated it as we are looking to continue this new partnership we have with #sports. We thank Paul and Mario for the trust that they gave us on their platform. And we'll end this session with Mr. Rogers.
Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth, and right now is one of the best times to own an investment property in Arizona? Please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions so we can take the next step to your financial freedom here in the Valley of the Sun, utilizing real estate. As always, God bless America and go Buffalo!